Yes, 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 yes. Can I say, thank God it's Monday. Yes. So it's Monday. Yeah. We want to talk about English Premier League. I swear down, I'm ready. Even though Manchester United lost, I don't care. But we are back again. Live and direct from our studio. ISCV. You're welcome to the show. Let's do this, people. Massive welcome to everybody on this show. Season greetings to all our fans, all our followers, anywhere you're watching from. This is the Dawn in the building. I know I'm too loud. I tell you, I'm in the building. I'm ready to rear. I'm ready to go with this crew. Bishop, are you ready? Margaret, are you ready? Robert, are you ready? Irate in the building. Massive, massive, massive. All right. Yay, Manchester United, they cannot surface this morning. I'm telling you, Irate is ready to go, to dissect. Irate, you're welcome to the show. How you doing, bro?
Hey, they done. I'm doing pretty well. It's been a great weekend of football over the weekend, and also some important results, some table-shaking results over the weekend, and also we are looking forward to crucial Champions League games this week. So it's a massive week for football, and can't wait to get started to dissect all of the games.
All right, let's go. I mean, Margaret is the building. Margaret, as a Manchester United fan, I want to welcome you specially. You are welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you, John. Hi, Iris, good evening. I want to ask you, what ways are you waiting like for the Champions League? As far as I know, Liverpool are not there. So what's your business in the Champions League? Please.
Yeah, that's
just
true.
stay out of that, okay?
At
least enjoy your win on Sunday as the only team. Okay, you and Charles and Man City are the only team that won. So enjoy your winning. So it's good to be here once again. Good evening, Lagos. Good evening, Nigeria, and wherever you're watching from, I say hi.
All right.
Let's get it started.
Yeah, just to remind Margaret real quick, by the end of this week, we'll be in the same boat though, because you won't be in the Champions League as well. So by tomorrow, everything ends,
All right, this is bantering.
I believe in miracle, I believe in miracle.
All right, let me welcome this Robert. Robbie doesn't believe in miracles like that. Not Manchester United miracle. Let me ask him, do you believe in Manchester United? Welcome to the show, Robbie.
Good evening to everyone. Let me first tackle this issue of miracle. There is nothing coming the way of United tomorrow. There is nothing coming the way of United tomorrow other than one of the biggest beating of their destiny and their lives in front of their fans. Because let's not forget that last week Bayern were beaten 5-0, and be so sure that they are looking for where to unleash all that anger and energy. And fortunately, Man United is in town. So I guess they should be more or less the very good recipient of that beating tomorrow. So I say good evening. It's good to be on the show once again. And of course, it's a beautiful hot evening here.
Man, you were beaten also.
How many were they beaten?
3-0. That's what we give Bayern.
All right, let me welcome this. I'm going to welcome two people at the same time. This is the record I'm going to break this evening. Two people at the same time. Prof and Ace. Live and direct. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, we are here live and direct.
Hello. Good evening, everybody. I'm not happy.
Yeah, we are.
Bros, remove the helmet. I heard the garment. Waiting. Come out of your head now. Waiting, Abu. Yeah, I don't have to behind this.
Prof is hiding. We can't see talk nowadays.
He says he's not happy.
There he is. I can't hear you. He is. I can't hear you. He is. I can't hear you. I think it's the audio from your side. Let me welcome Bishop all the way from Canada. Bishop, Manchester United, Jegba. You're welcome to the show. Yay!
Unbelievable. I never thought they would lose the match, but give it to Bournemouth. They played better. They were after the second ball. The tactics was on point. They ran Man United wrong. So give it to Bournemouth. Man U that actually did not do anything wrong in that match. So just that the tactics was wrong, but those guys ran us out. For Arsenal, I said they're going to lose. I never saw them drawing that match because they've never been playing well. Funny enough, this Tuesday, Man U shocks when Man U surprised more when they play big teams and when they're on the line. Yeah, so Copenhagen might go on to qualify, which I'm tipping Copenhagen to qualify. But I think Man U is going to draw. But believe me, Bayern Munich is not going to run Man U over. Never. Not at Old Trafford.
All right, let's do this. You're welcome to the show.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you back now. You're welcome to the
great.
show. All right, game 16. That's what we want to talk about. The results and the club focus will be Arsenal, Chelsea. I forgot to put Aston Villa, Man United. In fact, I'm tired of Manchester United. Well, we have to do what we got to do. And also Newcastle tonight. Well, that's all we are going to talk about. It's game 16. You're welcome to the show. Please smash the like on the video. Let's get started. And please, wherever you're watching from, you can share this video. You can be part of it. And also, once again, this is a WhatsApp call. If you want to make a call, contribute onto this show, you can actually call into the show. Let's get started. Welcoming everybody once again. 16 games gone. And the paper talk, I'm blaming the T word. Villa title contenders. That's what we're going to talk about too. Aston Villa title contender. In fact, Unai Emery is doing a great job, no doubt about it. Also, Newcastle running on fumes while Spurs hope they are back on track. And also, this great man, Pep Guardiola, finally won over Luton Town on Sunday, to be precise. It's on Saturday. They won their game 2-1, coming back from 1-0 down. I thought it was going to end in 1-1, but there was a tweak by Pep Guardiola and the match ended 2-1. So we are going to talk about they can still win the league. That's the question I'm going to ask. Can they still win the league? But let's get things started. First of all, I'm going to start with you, Bishop. Bishop, can you hear me loud and clear? Quick one.
Very loud and clear.
All right. Is Aston Villa, are they title contenders?
If you look they are not simple. No, just forget this winning thing. They are not title contender. They can beat Man U, they can beat Chelsea, they can beat Man U, they can beat Man City.
They can beat Liverpool.
They can beat Liverpool. I don't care, but they are not title contender because you know why? They will go to Bournemouth next week. They will go to Wolves next week. They will go to Crystal Palace. They will go to any small team and they will lose. Those guys don't have the mentality of the big club. So it's just a short answer. They are not even part of the title contender at all.
Oh my goodness. Wow. That's are not title contenders. That's the result for game 16. Crystal Palace they lost to Liverpool. Let me start from there. That game, I thought it was going to be
10 men Crystal Palace.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, 10 men Crystal Palace.
So tell us the review of that game. You're welcome once again.
Yes, thank you. We tend to struggle Liverpool with early kickoffs. So I would say that it's another day where we saw this with the team. They were not ready for that game, if you ask me. Salah, Nunes, Diaz, we didn't have a shot on target until the first goal. That was the goal Salah scored. So which, it speaks volumes about what is going on with the team. And I really don't know how it is with early kickoffs that we are always so bad, no fluidity, no fluency. Everything just goes wrong every time Liverpool plays at that early kickoff game. So yeah, that is a cause for concern and it has to be addressed within the team. But at this stage of the season where we have a run of games coming up leading towards Christmas, results are more important than how you play. You don't get, like Klopp said, you won't get an Oscar for playing well and then losing a game. All you want is 3 points at this stage of the season. And I think Liverpool has done that very well in the last two games, Sheffield United in midweek and also Crystal Palace here, which are two very tough away grounds to play. So for me, Ayu only has himself to blame. If I was the ref, I would be a little bit lenient, honestly, and not give him the second yellow. The first yellow is by the book. You don't do that. Some refs might let it go, but the ref didn't let it go, but he's going by the book. And the second yellow is stop the counter attack. So I mean, in as much as if I was the ref, I would try to be lenient and give him one more chance. The ref decided, it was
But to be fair on Ayu, he stepped away from that ball. He didn't interfere with that ball. Van Dijk passed the ball and he jumped. He stepped off. It wasn't as if he was standing there. He jumped off.
He was 2 meters. You see, by the rule of law, you have to move back. He was very close to Van Dijk, about 2 meters to Van Dijk.
The ball was still in motion when Van Dijk picks that ball trying to pass.
Van Dijk stopped. He stopped it with his hand, and then he tried to play it.
So it has favored Liverpool, and I guess that's why you are saying this. That is not a yellow card. That second yellow card is not a yellow card for nothing.
The second yellow card, he stopped the counter attack. He clearly stopped the counter attack. By the rule of law,
there were two players. There were two players on it. Oxley was so pissed off with that card. That card actually spoiled the game because I didn't see Liverpool coming back. I see them drawing the match, but I didn't see them winning the match.
Well, at least it's one thing for the opponent to have a red card. It's another thing to capitalize on it. And that is what Liverpool did very well. And that is what I'm praising the team for. For me, we are clearly struggling in midfield. Szoboszlai has not been turning up recently for some reason. Centre half Matip is out. Konate was on the bench and we had Konsa starting. So there's just been, I'm not really a big fan of this mixing and not having a consistent 11 to put out. McAllister, we don't know how long he'll be out for. Endo right now is playing like a 30-year-old that he is. The Premier League is struggling to cope with the pace and physicality of the game right now. So there's a lot of questions, especially in midfield. We had to bring in Gomez and Alexander-Arnold had to go into defensive midfield, which is not exactly what you want from Trent because he's not very good in the defensive side of the game. So many questions, despite the fact that we got 3 points. And I feel like, yes, we need to control games better. We are not doing that enough. And the only way we can do that is ensure that we have a stable midfield that do the job properly. On the brighter side, Mohamed Salah got his 200th goal for Liverpool and he's an esteemed company. I mean, he's now in the top 5 all-time top scorers. So what a player he is. We'll take the 3 points and we'll wait for Manchester United at Anfield on Sunday. Just wanted to remind you that we are waiting for the
game. Oh Lord have mercy. All right, let's talk about this game because of our time. We are jumping over to Manchester United Bournemouth. There's a lot of talk right now about situation in Manchester United losing to Bournemouth. That was a disgrace. That match was a disgrace. I'm going to ask you, Margaret, going into this game, your mind was thinking Manchester United, this 3 points now. I mean, this is 3 points, but they eventually messed up. Can you give us a review of that game, in your own opinion, Margaret? Go for it.
Yes. I actually talked about we are going there for 3 points because after playing Chelsea, so it was more like Man United are back. At least we can do something in the next match. We actually thought that going to Bournemouth coming to Old Trafford is going to be like a walk in the park for us. It's just going to be like a kind of game United can just go into and then maybe not even play too much or put too much effort, then they get the 3 points. But unfortunately, it was the other way around. And I said it on the show last week that during our preview show that United somehow find they got the 3 points against Chelsea, but well, let's just see what's gonna happen. It was just a hopeful wish that okay, they're going to get that 3 points. But against Bournemouth, I'm just going to say one thing that I was disappointed. I am not really going to say anything again because it was more like we're repeating the same thing that have been going on at Man United. They're repeating everything again. So there is nothing else for someone to say. I think I were expecting this exactly the same lineup, but unfortunately, I don't know what Martial was doing in the starting lineup. We're all expecting to see the same lineups that beat Chelsea, but we saw one particular change, which which we're actually disappointed. Right now, there's nothing. I'm just going to say anything because I'm sure, just like you and everyone, I'm actually disappointed. I was disappointed, as it is nothing to say for United. The only thing, what can I just say is for, okay, maybe they can put a smile on us this tomorrow and see what will happen. We're just waiting for miracle. That is the only way we'll forget about what happened at Old Trafford last.
Margaret, did you
Yeah.
think Manchester United underrated Bournemouth? Being that coming from the impressive wins against Chelsea,
I think so.
they're
I think
high
they
now.
did. Yes, they did. They did, because if they came back on the back of winning Chelsea, they played fantastic football and they got that important 3 points. Then going to the game against Bournemouth. But on the other way, I actually don't think so. I don't think they underrated Bournemouth, because if they had, they would have dropped some players, starting some players on the bench for against Bayern, because the match
Yeah.
against Bayern is a do or die. So I don't think they underrated Bournemouth. I just feel that the players didn't come to the game. It's just the same Man United doing all their rubbish on the field. It was, I don't know. Maybe, and again, United of recent, they're always fond of, when once they are one go down, they want to go. They seem relaxed. I mean, when once they go down, that kills their morale. That kills
Yeah.
whatever thing that they had. So I think that was what happened against Bournemouth.
All right. Quick one. Bishop, as a Manchester United fan, this is the last one before we move on, because I'm just pissed off about talking about Manchester United. I've realized we are not going anywhere. In fact, can you imagine next week again? We are facing Liverpool at Anfield.
That's a show loss.
And see how Irate is sitting down confidently. Like
no. Nobody. Nobody goes to Anfield and comes out.
100% home record. You know,
if you come out with a draw in Anfield, it's like having 3 points. So, but I don't even see Man U coming out with 1 point.
That game could surprise all of us, because Liverpool.
It can never surprise us.
No, tranquilo. Let me make my point.
Okay,
we can all agree. Even Irish can agree that Liverpool are not firing on all cylinders. Against Sheffield United, they struggled despite getting the results. W is what matters. Against Crystal Palace, we saw what happened. If not for that red card, really, we all know Liverpool would have possibly picked a point. But winning that game was a no-no. And you're now facing the Manchester United. You saw the resurgence they had against Chelsea. It's not as if Manchester United will go to Anfield and bend their back to get beat on the ball. At least they will give a fight. But that result of last season will be on their mind, and they would not want to disappoint. So, for me, we're poised for a good game to watch. I'm not saying Manchester United will win. I'm not saying Manchester United will win.
Don't let me disappoint you. What will happen is that I believe Man United will get a result against Bayern than Liverpool. I even believe Bayern than Liverpool, because you don't understand what happens at Anfield.
Anfield, they don't like football. Us. They don't like Man at all.
Yes, I believe Liverpool has been struggling. Yes, I see them struggling. But when it comes to that, their home turf, even when they are 3-0 down 90 minutes, I don't think they are dead already. I still have to hear the final whistle before I can say Liverpool has lost at Anfield. But for Man U, they just have to pick themselves up and continue doing what they are doing. They tried against Chelsea. They played well against Chelsea. They didn't really play badly against Bournemouth. I just believe Bournemouth they were more hungrier. They went for the second balls. The tactics was on point. So the part that he made some changes. You know what we said there the last time? That if you change the lineup and this kind of thing happens, so he made just 2 changes. Number one was Lindelof. Lindelof had injury, so that one was expected. But when it comes to Martial, when I saw Martial, I was like, this guy is ready to lose his job. But when we read through the post-match something, I think Hodgson had heavy leg. I think he said there was something wrong with him. He couldn't complete 90 minutes. That was the excuse. I don't know how true it was, but that was the excuse. So he still has his job. For me, if I'm the chairman, he's not going to have his job right now. but he still has his job, so good for him.
All right, let's move on to this game. Arsenal lost. I mean, especially me, I was happy, kind of, but Arsenal play good football. They grind. Can I say they really try? I mean, to make the game to end in draw or even make a win. So it is. You are going to give us the review of that match. Aston Villa winning over Arsenal 1-0.
Yes, it wasn't the result I was looking out for. I was last week on the show.
Yeah,
I was so confident. Yes, I was so confident. Looking at that Aston Villa, it wasn't a team that really scared me, despite whatever they did to Man City during midweek. I was so confident that definitely we'll go in there. Looking at our record, impeccable record against Aston Villa, 4 out of 4. We won 4 out of 4, home and away. We saw what happened last season when we went to go down last season and we came back to win that game 4-2. And Aston Villa started on the blocks. I need to give them the respect. They started well on the blocks, fired. Even before that goal, we had an opportunity to nick in one. I don't know what happened to Saka that he couldn't at least control that ball. Compose yourself. If you don't want to hit the ball, square the ball. Another player playing. Shortly after they went on that attack, I never knew when you're playing PlayStation, when you're playing FIFA. There's this cursor on the player's head. If the cursor leaves, the player can decide to. That was exactly what happened to Rice, because I don't know why Rice went out of position. Gabriel had Bailey covered already, but I don't know what happened that Rice just went straight up to the back end. I don't know what he was thinking, and that left White open. And White could have done better in defending that ball, but the goal went in. And after then, Aston Villa didn't have any shot on goal, not until later in the second half, when Watkins played the ball and Raya saved. But the thing was, VAR came into the play again. Arsenal played well. They dominated. Played with Aston Villa out of the Villa Park.
Yeah.
But we couldn't take our dinner. We couldn't finish our dinner. We couldn't just take those chances. Odegaard had 2 chances. Martinelli couldn't stay on at least tried to beat the offside trap, Martinelli and Saka. And at the time, Saka just couldn't get himself into the game. So I'm not going to concentrate on what happened in terms of the VAR. I'm going to concentrate on Arsenal, because Arsenal really, the players didn't really do well. And I'm going to fault Arteta, because I think he disrespected Aston Villa that much, because leaving Rice alone, I think my power just cut. Leaving Rice alone in that midfield was a problem, and I don't know why. I don't know what happened. I think it disrespected Aston Villa for leaving Rice alone. I think you should have started a player like Jorginho. Play a Jorginho Rice in that midfield, and possibly could have given us a balance that we wanted. But the game went on. We know VAR. How did the referee spot that foul from 20 yards out? It's a question that everybody needs to ask. How did he spot? And he knew that if his decision was a foul, VAR wasn't going to overturn his decision. He knew it. And also the Gabriel penalty. So many VAR talking points, but I just feel Arsenal need to take this on the chin, work on the things that they need to work on in terms of coming back when it comes to the bigger games. Odegaard, they need to work on him. He misses out on the big games. I don't know whatever happens to him. He doesn't just tend to show up. He had 2 chances to just nick that ball in, and he just made Martinez look like a world-class goalkeeper. But he's a world-class goalkeeper, though. But like I said, he's not what I expected. But I'm going to give credit to Aston Villa. They dug deep, and they got the 3-point, and that's what matters.
All right, 2 people want to speak about this game, Aston Villa, and that's Prof. Prof, go first. I'm just giving you just 60 seconds, and also Bishop.
Quickly,
60 seconds, please.
On the Arsenal game, I'll criticize Arsenal a little bit. I think they gave a beautiful performance. It was a solid performance from them. This is performance that you don't necessarily associate with the Arsenal of the they go to places like this and they crumble. I think, but now this season they have a different approach, a different look about them. They are very big. They have big players. Very strong. You can't bully them now. You used to bully Arsenal before. You can't try it now. They have the likes of Saliba, who has been very, very defensively astute. I think it was culpable for the goal. It was a poor communication between him and Ben White for the goal considered. They could have communicated better. For me, I'll go back to what I've been saying because I will judge or criticize Arsenal on very fine margins because of where they are at this moment in time and what they are looking to achieve this season. No doubt about it, they are Premier League contenders. So it's on that basis that I'll judge them. I'll go back to the fact that when you don't have a different type of striker, you can perform all you want defensively. But for me, this season they've been a little bit suspect going forward. They have Gabriel Jesus. It took off Gabriel Jesus when I was looking for a goal. I think it took off Jesus in that match, and I think Jesus was angry for coming out. But then, who is the striker that brings him? I think I keep on saying it's a mistake for Mateta not to have gone into the transfer market and bring in different profile of striker, completely different profile. Jesus and Eketi are somewhat similar. A different profile, somebody who can pick on, who can possibly challenge what really Saka and Martinelli can put ball for him. He cannot even. I think he has made that mistake. Maybe he can do that. He can correct that in the January transfer window. I think he should. Ivan Toney, maybe they can tempt him away from Brentford. So that's somewhere I think Arsenal should look out for. For Villa, at the beginning of the show, you asked if they were title contenders. I think if you look at the Leicester City season, when Leicester City went on to win the league, we all were saying this thing that they can't do it. I think if Liverpool wasn't in the mix, and likes of Liverpool and Arsenal and Spurs and City, that's like 4 other people, I'll probably say they are contenders because their form is incredible. 15 straight home wins is time to contend this form. Because of competition, I think they have too many people to bring down. You have to bring down City, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Spurs and the like before they can go there. So I would say maybe not. Maybe they might just miss out. But for me, they are genuinely top 4 contenders. I think Emery is doing a fantastic job with that team.
All right, Bishop, over to you just on this game.
Okay, so is there is on this line? So just to I want to put in something. Okay, he has dropped.
Yeah.
Okay, so he mentioned the news for after the match was Arsenal seems to be targeted of these mistakes a lot, and it brings back I have never supported them that they were being targeted, but I looked at the match. I looked at the Liverpool Crystal Palace before this match. The penalty they gave to Crystal Palace was not even as worse as the one that Jesus had. That one was a stone penalty. You kicked him through, and VAR reviewed that and said it was not a penalty. It caused for worrying because this has been happening to us over and over again. The other one is Jesus is not taking his chances. They missed many chances that they would have scored. I was impressed with their play. I was expecting them to play like this, but they played well. So I think Arsenal will have to take this case up to the officiating because it's becoming a broken record.
Yeah.
It's becoming a broken record because just like he said, the foul. How can you spot that foul from that kind of place? How?
Bishop, I disagree with you. I think it was a foul. And I think the referee was spectacular in picking that out in real time. We cannot be saying the referees to perform at optimum level and criticize them when they make the right call. I totally disagree with this.
Which of the foul? Is it the
no, I'm not talking about the foul. I mean the penalty. I mean the handball on Havertz.
The handball.
No. Wait, let's start from the Gabriel Jesus one. The Gabriel Jesus one.
For me, it was soft. Even though I don't think
it was soft.
I think it's.
Did you watch Crystal Palace Liverpool? Did you watch
Crystal Palace? We have consistencies. I know. I watched it. I saw the game.
That was the penalty.
It was a penalty.
Was that a penalty for Crystal Palace?
That one? It wasn't.
I watched it. It was soft. The same thing. They're not consistent.
They are not consistent. Absolutely.
It's looking like they are having an issue with this.
They
should fix it up.
They can't be consistent, Bishop. We need to know that these are different individuals coming off every weekend to interpret the laws in different ways.
Never end. Inconsistency will not end. Exactly.
They can I think the earlier we know that, the better that there can't be consistency across board when it comes to officiating. Well, and that Kai Havertz incident that some people are crying about, I really don't understand. This is straightforward. We saw what happened against Man U, the Django Ouattara goal, where unfortunately it is going into the net. It wasn't on purpose, but it was cancelled. So it's the same thing for Kai Havertz. He hit his hand like 2 or 3 times, clearly. So what is the cry over this? It's clearly not a goal. It has to be cancelled. It's the right decision. Like Prof said, when referees make right decisions, we shouldn't criticize them. So for me, it has happened, and another day it might go for you, and other days it might go against you. That's just
but what I'm saying is it's going a lot for it's going wrong. It's going enough wrong for Arsenal, and it's looking like an intentional thing. That's what I'm saying. It's too much on them because the 2 matches they've lost in the Premier League, you can contend it, but the one they lost in the Champions League, they never mentioned the officiating. They said we lost and they accepted. That's what I'm just saying.
All right, let's move on to Everton versus Chelsea, and there's nobody I'm going to start. Who's going to start this game? Prof, what happened?
Prof, we can't see your face now. We can't see your face.
Go loud. It's allowed.
I don't like. I'll cry. Look, this Chelsea team, I do not recognize them anymore. To be honest, I think there's a lot of issues that we're facing at the moment because
confident.
And to me, it was last week I came back to earth. I decided we're now a mid-table team. I'm ashamed to admit it, but that's what we are. And look, I'll go back to the fact that once the Chelsea that we used to know, and it's a message to all Chelsea fans. Look, there's been a change. The club has been sold from what we used to know. There was a huge change from top to bottom. The core of the club was wiped away right from top to bottom. So you cannot expect what has been happening before in previous seasons under Roman to replicate itself. It's almost like we are starting from the scratch. It's a new canvas now. Now, what the board did is taking out all in terms of players. We do not have leaders in that team. We don't have experienced players in that team. It's the youngest team in Premier. I keep going back to it. You cannot compete in the Premier League with the youngest team. Should they be performing more than they are? Yes. But I asked my fellow Chelsea fans questions when I was debating over the weekend. What is the track record of these new players brought in? What is Levi Colwick's track record in Premier League? What is Mikhailo Modric's career track record? What of a Nicolas Jackson? What's the career track record? What are they? What do they come with Chelsea? They with mere potential. Hey. Now, signing. Of course, I'm not going to back. I backed it, but I think the mistake that we've made is not bringing in more experience and technical know-how with them. We went all pure, young, and inexperienced. Majority of them. Likes of Rhys James, who is supposed to be the leader, is always in the hospital. So we have these players. Caicedo on the back of one season. Corella, we sign these players on the back of one season. They do not know the club. They've not been embedded in the core values of this club yet. With the new manager thrown in all together, I think that for me is going to take a lot of time. And like the manager said, they asked on the press conference, what he now said, our reality is different from where we want to be, and that's the fact. I think we all just think once you spend 100 million on the player, it automatically, means that you will get that performance on the pitch. It's not always like that, and that's what we are seeing now.
Are you saying Poch out?
No, I'm not saying Poch out. This is not a Poch problem. How many managers have been sacked before Poch? It's not a Poch problem. We've just thrown all these players. We've thrown all these players together, and we are clearly seeing it. They've been up and down. They give good performances against the greatest team in Premier League. Play them up the park against the.
Prof. Why are you just saying all these things? This was the thing that we've been saying. Hold on, please, why are you just saying it now?
Yeah, well done. He is. Let him finish. Let him finish.
Go on. At the end of the day, they take one step further and take 2 steps back. And like Poch said, we need to go back and go to the transfer market. We don't have a striker. I've been seeing some pattern of this. We do not have somebody to put the ball in the back of the net. Even if they look at Liverpool, they can concede, but they have people to score the goals for them. Seasoned players in likes of Jota, Luis Diaz, Salah, and Co. to put the ball in the back of the net. We don't have that luxury. So for me, I think we have to go to the transfer market. There's no doubt about it, and bring in some experienced players. Likes of Christopher and Kuku, we've been unlucky with injuries as well. Massively unlucky.
I tell you.
As well. So
all right, Irate.
Please, I just want to quickly ask for you. Pochettino is talking about going to the transfer market again. So for me, I don't think that's actually the ideal thing to do, because even if you bring in strikers, what will happen will surely happen. As far as majority of the players have not been able to get to come together to understand the culture and what the system of the club. It will still take time. No matter, even if you bring an Erling Haaland, it will struggle in that team. You're talking about striker here. You have Michael Jackson. You have okay, Kuku fine, is injured. You have but look at the number of money Chelsea have spent, close to £1 billion. £1 billion on players, and then you're talking about bringing in players.
But the 1 billion was not spent. The 1 billion was not spent in buying strikers.
I know it was not
the
spent
1 billion
in
was
one
spent
transfer
to
in one
every
transfer
area
window. It
of
wasn't.
the squad.
I know it wasn't.
See,
but
see the way
at this point in time,
last summer alone, how much did Chelsea spend?
What striker, what players
at
this point in time? At this point in time, the team is not balanced. They will need to go to the market to get the players to achieve that aim on the field of play. So hence why they have to go back to the market.
Just going to the market.
My first question is, who made the team imbalanced? How the team is imbalanced?
I was about to ask that
for that.
Let me answer. When they came at first, what did they do? They were buying seasoned players. They bought Koulibaly, who we know what he can do. A seasoned defender to come in. We had likes of Kovacic, N'Golo Kante, all this experience. What did they do? They still did not perform. And the club has decided that the model they want to follow is signing young players. And the mistake I think they have made, right, is going strictly on. You cannot be the youngest team in the Premier League in your first season against these monsters that we all have. You can't work.
Why?
So
why
is the model?
Why is it that you are just saying what we have seen since Todd Boehly came in? Because what you are just saying is
exactly my point.
Since when this man came in,
exactly that you cannot
transition and then overhaul all your experienced players and then bring in players of similar profile, 21, 22-year-olds, and you expect to win things. Let's not forget this is Chelsea under Abramovich that signs seasoned players and then they win. They won Champions League, they won Premier League titles. They didn't do that signing 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds. They brought men, Lampard, Ballack, Deco. We're talking about men here. You guys are bringing in Cole Palmer, you're bringing in Noni Madueke. Now, where's Noni Madueke? The boy is crying that he wants to do.
And Michael Jackson. And Michael Jackson.
I don't know if you guys can hear me.
I can hear you.
Operating in young players policy. I mean, this has been very wrong from the start. Whatever Todd Boehly and his two sporting directors that don't know what they are doing, they have just been. The model has been very wrong. The way they transitioned has been very wrong. Look at Man City. They still have Bernardo Silva. They still have Kevin De Bruyne. When Fernandinho was leaving, they brought in Rodri. Rodri was learning from Fernandinho, and now he's the best in the Premier League or in the world. The same thing at Liverpool. We still have Salah. We still have Van Dijk. There's no way you are transitioning and you are letting go of all of your experience.
All of it.
And bringing in the kind of likes of Gallagher to come and be your captain. I mean, what are you? What is going on? What are you doing? So it has been a shambles from the start. And let me say this again. I remember that 4-4 performance against Man City, and you all were excited for shipping 4 goals against Man City at home. And everybody was saying, "No, this Chelsea is exciting. Chelsea's back."
It's not put for it's the performance that we're excited about.
The performance. Oh, so you were excited with that performance 4-4 at Stamford Bridge. The following game, you shipped another 4 goals.
Everybody wrote us off. Nobody gave Chelsea a chance against City. Nobody gave Chelsea the Haaland.
Okay, but we all know things for sure. City will be fine. The City's concede 4 goals, yes, but City will be fine. That is for sure. We can all agree on that. But another thing we can agree on is that Chelsea will be, because we've said that before this season.
Like I said, a lot of things, we have to put things in perspective. A lot of things are good against Chelsea. The likes of Chukwuemeka was playing fantastically well before he got injured. Romelu Lavia has not won the shirt. No, it's the fact. I've watched. Maybe you don't see his performance, but he has been in shining light before he got injured.
So you think the likes of Chukwuemeka and Ugo Chukwu?
Yes,
Prof. Let me come in here.
In the Premier League,
Prof, you're making that mistake again.
Hold on, and the
Prof,
position.
Prof, you're making that mistake again.
Not Gallagher.
Exactly.
So not having these players in
Prof.
What is the difference between Gallagher and Chukwuemeka?
No, there's difference. Gallagher puts in the work. But Chukwuemeka is
Gallagher used to also.
Is Chukwuemeka better than Gallagher?
It's better than him technically. And Christopher
I want to ask you a question. Is Chukwuemeka...
Hold on. Christopher Nkunku.
That's in trouble.
Christopher Nkunku, who's supposed to be our talisman in attack, has not even put on the shirt. You know, we have Ben Chilwell out of the season. He's not there.
Because you have and Nkunku that is yet to pull on a shirt in the Premier League is supposed to be your Messiah now. That is just appalling.
But that was what happened. That was the signings they made. So they've been unlucky with injuries.
Let me tell you, Nkunku will come into this team and you guys will still languish in mid-table. And right now, I can tell you right now, starting from
look at the
league table. Look at the league table.
Chelsea is a proper mid-table team, right? There's no. I don't want to see Chelsea going in Europe. Proper mid-table team.
I agree.
That have won nothing. Absolutely nothing.
So I just want to chime in. I just want to chime in. I just want to chime in. Iris, I just want to chime in. Prof, you started well, and all what we have been stating, you started stating them. But now that it seems you've backtracked a bit, saying Lavia has not played, Nkunku has not played. Now it's a pity if you're pinning your entire season on two players that are injured, have not come close to fitness.
9-10 players out, about 10-12 players out.
Because all I hear from Chelsea players is Nkunku is not back, Lavia is not back. When they are back, we will be back. But the point I'm trying to make here is, in the history of football, as we all know, ever since we started watching the Premiership, no team has gone this Chelsea's model or has tried this Chelsea's model and become successful. Even during the Wenger days, Wenger went for the young boys. He still had experience around them. And we all know whatever happens to the young boys, then they fall off. Even as far as Wenger tried to push them, they fall off when they get to that crunch time. For me, the model Chelsea is making or Chelsea is deploying now, I feel is wrong. And I think the owner needs to do something ASAP because it's Chelsea can.
What would you advise to him?
See, unfortunately, I'm not a Chelsea fan, but if I were to be a Chelsea fan, you cannot toy with experience. Experience matters. And I'm going to go down with Irit's thoughts. You can't have those bunch of young kids without experience around them. The only experienced players in that squad, as I can say now, is Sterling and Thiago Silva. And you could even imagine what happened in the game before. What was the game you guys played before Everton?
Manchester
They
United.
played against United.
You could imagine it's Thiago Silva in that team, and you're giving Colwill the handband to be the captain. You could imagine.
Really? Did that happen?
Yes. Yes, it happened.
Yeah, it happened.
Colwill.
No,
It happened.
It happened.
It happened.
Look.
happened.
When you want to say these things, you need to understand why. You have to ask questions. There's a reason why Thiago Silva wasn't given the captain band from the onset, because he can't communicate in English properly, and you need somebody to contest the referee. That's why if James doesn't have it, Chilwell has it. If Chilwell doesn't have it, Gallagher has it. If Gallagher doesn't have it, you give it to Colwill. These are English players that can contest.
That's fair enough.
And
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. But you can't tell me the number of years Silva has spent in Chelsea.
I'm telling
Silva
you,
cannot even communicate basic English.
in English.
But Poch is not stupid. Everybody knows that Thiago Silva is captain material now. But Poch is not stupid. He cannot communicate in English properly.
All right, guys,
So
let's move on to
where we are. It's not
Prof, you still come back. Prof, you still come back to come and give us this. Prof, you have to come back and give us this review of this Chelsea. It's very important. We have to know the way forward. There should be a way forward for Chelsea in this season.
What way are you?
We have to go back to transfer market.
They have to buy. They have to keep buying.
Over 1 billion.
I actually do not believe in that theory. In that theory that they are building for the project for the future, I do not believe that, because if you are building for a project, you don't go use a huge sum of money to buy just one player. Just look at the number of young players they brought to the team. They bought they have used price tag on them, and then you're okay. Check the time of Arsene Wenger. you buying all those players. He bought them for small amounts of money, for the kind of money you feel like, what's this, for very cheap. Those are what we talk about. Those are what we call projects.
But that's the market and currency now. Arsenal were willing to pay 80 something for money. Arsenal were willing to match us for Modric as well. Liverpool were willing to match us for Caicedo. So it's not Chelsea.
Yes, Arsenal. No, you can Arsenal will not. Arsenal, they are not telling you that they are building a project. Arsenal actually, they are going for the league. They are going for title. They feel they've gotten the experience already. Let's go. Let's go get the players that will bring in, and there's more experience that will bring in bite, that will bring in that competition in the team, not a project.
Well, I'm happy we dodged that Modric bullet. I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
But I think that guy is a good player. I just need time.
You see, I'm sorry. That's why I don't want to criticize. We can all criticize Chelsea's model for all we care. But Liverpool wanted to buy him. Liverpool were so interested in him. He performed in Brighton very well. Hold on. Let me finish.
You're getting it wrong.
Hold on. Let me finish. Once it's Caicedo, Liverpool were willing to break their transfer record to go for him. There was something in that boy. In Mikhailo Modric, Arsenal were willing to pay that much to match him. Same with Romeo Lavia, Liverpool. So how can I criticize the board for going for the players that all these other top teams wanted all tooth and nail?
No, it's the model. It's the model. It's the model we're criticizing. It is the model we're criticizing now.
The board for having the same type of players, the same age range of players, the same experience of players.
I agree.
In the team, that is what you should criticize. If
we're buying we
still have.
Yeah. I'll follow Bolly. Go.
No.
We have to spread the
If we are bringing in Cole, we see our Matip, we see our Van Dijk in the team.
Chelsea. All right, guys, let's move on because of our time. We're still going to talk about Champions League. Quick one. On this game, I think Man City, they are back. Robert, you watched the match. Man City struggled, really struggled, but the result came out. So, Robbie, can you hear me? Man City are back. I can't hear him right now.
If Ibadan people know the year word.
No abuse Ibadan people.
Better take time. All right, moving on to this game, Spurs versus Newcastle. I think Spurs are back. Or what do you think? Robbie, can you hear me?
Because of one game?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
Actually, because of my time, so I'm going to switch to Spurs versus Newcastle. But then maybe we can still talk about Man City. Man City, you can talk about the two games. Man City, they are back. After so many games, they were unable to win. But they finally won on Sunday. Likewise, Spurs as well too. I couldn't believe it. 4-1. And I think Newcastle, their legs are gone.
They are tired.
They are tired. They are exhausted.
Let me say for Man City. Man City's victory was actually needed because looking at the kind of results they've pulled up in the past weeks, it has been very, very disappointing for them. They drew against they drew against Liverpool, drew against Chelsea, and also drew against Chelsea as it is, and that has cost them to more or less just fade away temporarily out of the title race because Liverpool are actually sitting on top of the tree right now after the big elephant fell off. But as it is, I think for Luton Town, who scored first, surprising to everyone. And you're beginning to ask yourself, this was a Manchester City that to score against them was more or less like going into the lion's den to hunt a lion, or more or less going into den of a bear to hunt a bear. So, but as it is, I think they are conceding goals at an alarming rate, not even the volume, but the ease at which you can break through their defense to register a goal. And for Luton Town, one of more or less the new boys, this is a team that you can say that even if it's a second string Manchester City side, they will dispatch them without scoring a goal. For City, they considered first. But I think for Pep Guardiola will be thanking his stars that he won. And also will be thanking his stars that the likes of Arsenal, who are more or less title contenders, also did not get a win. For Liverpool, well, you can still understand their situation because Mo Salah will not be available in January. Whether you like it or not, for those 3-4 weeks, he will not be available. It is going to tell. It is going to tell significantly. It is going to tell significantly on Liverpool. So for Liverpool's case, you can argue that they will fade off around January, February. But for the case of Arsenal, they don't even have any significant African player that is going to be away for that long. Talking about Thomas Partey, they have played with him for a very long time, so they don't really need him. So even if he goes, they won't miss him that much. But in the case of Liverpool, they need Mo Salah. Mo Salah is that man that makes things work around that attack. And there is no way they can do it, except maybe they will ask somebody in Liverpool to kick him in training so that he does not go to the AFCONs at all. That is more or less the only thing they can do. But aside that, it will be away, and of course the Egyptians will need him for their campaign in Ivory Coast. Moving on to the other game as it is, that is the Spurs Newcastle game. I was very disappointed because if you had asked me to call that game, I would have said maybe it was going to end in a draw or Newcastle would have won that game. But looking at the relative ease Spurs thought through that defense, like you said, their legs are gone. Yes, no wahala. But you will also make the argument that this is a team that the last time they played Champions League football was about 20 years ago. So for a team going for Champions League football, you should understand the added responsibilities that comes with it. And this is one thing that the team have to more or less prepare for season in, season out. You can't be at your base or you can't be in your club wishing to play in Europe. Maybe not just for the money now, but you have to be ready to put in the work as well when those games come calling. And this week, Newcastle will have to answer that call because their destiny right now is not just also in their hands as well, it is tied to other teams. And looking at the significance of this defeat on the team, I think it is not going to bode well in terms of their preparation for that crunchy Champions League game. And of course, looking at the fact that Sandro Tonali is one man who is not even injured, but it was a relatively outside football issue that took him away from the club. I think it will still come back to haunt or hurt Newcastle in the long term. But as it is, 4-1 defeat on Sunday, credit to Spurs, who needed that win badly because they've been on a 3-game losing streak, and of course, they needed to stem the rot. So for them, it was a big win, and of course, it came against a very big side. So it should more or less help them turn the corner going into these congested Christmas fixtures that we're set to have from this week into next week.
Yes, thank you so much. Let's quickly start with this Champions League before we go. That's Champions League review matches. I'm going to quickly display the matches which we should be expecting. Although Chelsea, they are not there. Liverpool are not so. They are not in Champions League. I'm so sorry about that.
Yes, we are not there. And Man U is about to join us this week.
All right, Arsenal.
We serve a miracle working God.
All right, Arsenal will be playing tomorrow.
We're gonna not play tomorrow now. Man, that is sprinkle holy water.
Liverpool. Liverpool are not there tomorrow.
Arsenal of course, they are coming back to Champions League next season.
Inter will be there. We'll be playing tomorrow. And those people, this team that will be struggling most, all attention will be on Manchester United tomorrow versus Bayern this year, and Copenhagen Galatasaray. Those are I'm thinking that would be a very, very decisive game. We don't know who is going to qualify. It's only that Bayern are already qualified. If I may ask, Irate, what do you think is in this game that is very important about Manchester United? What are you expecting? Do you think Manchester United will go through?
It's a huge game for Man United and a huge week as well, coming off the results against Bournemouth at home, which was disgraceful. I think obviously they want to step up against Bayern Munich, and Bayern Munich has already qualified as first, so I don't think they'll put too much energy into the game. Also, let's look at the perspective that it was an embarrassing loss for Bayern Munich
as well.
In the weekend, and Tuchel is under pressure, whether we like, he has been under pressure since last season, Thomas Tuchel. And you won't be surprised anytime that he's not in good relations with the board so far. He's telling the board that Kimmich and Goretzka are not good enough to be starting for him in midfield. And he wants 2 brand new midfielders. And they wanted to sign Palhinha over the summer. So there's tense relations right now between the board and Tuchel, and he knows his job is on the line, especially being second place, 4 points behind Bayern Leverkusen in the league. So they want to put in a good performance against Man United tomorrow, and also Man United should be up for the fight as well. But as the game is, I think both teams will bring their best to that game to prove a point, and it might end up in a draw, which I think will leave Galatasaray or Copenhagen at a good spot to qualify as runner-up to Bayern Munich. So I'm thinking best case scenario, I actually see Galatasaray qualifying. I think they have a good enough squad to win games. I think they might get over Copenhagen, even though it's away. And I see Man U dropping into the Europa League. So I mean, it's unfortunate.
Bishop,
it's no longer in your hands.
Bishop. If you see, attack Irate back now.
No,
tell me what.
But there's nothing to attack them. But the only place that I disagree with him is I think Copenhagen is going to come second. I think they're going to beat Galatasaray.
All right, let's move on to Wednesday. That will be Man City will be welcoming at Krevna.
Those ones have already qualified.
They already qualified. I think another match we'll be looking at on Wednesday.
I think they are called Red Star Belgrade.
Oh, really?
Red Star, yeah.
Another game that we'll be looking at will be Dortmund, PSG, Newcastle, Milan. That's another massive group there that we don't know who is going to qualify there. Prof, what do you think? What do you think is going to qualify?
I'm looking at the game against Dortmund. I think PSG should be able to get the results. I'm trying to see the table. I'm trying to see what the table looks like in that book.
Dortmund is top.
Dortmund is top. I don't have the table with me.
I think it's difficult for PSG, but I'm seeing
Dortmund is top, PSG second, Newcastle third, and Milan fourth.
So who do you think is going to qualify there?
I think PSG will go through, and it's difficult. And Milan, I think Milan might get better off.
Milan in fourth position. How are they supposed to go through?
I think PSG and Dortmund will go. Dortmund is in 10 points now, so if PSG can beat them, we will join them. So I think it's PSG Dortmund. Dortmund has qualified already. Yeah, Dortmund has qualified. So PSG knows that has qualified. We get
okay. Okay, now what if PSG? What if PSG wins?
The only way.
What if PSG
wins? PSG wins, they qualified.
Wins
so they
the game,
win.
And what if Newcastle also win over
Newcastle
Milan?
And this Milan? Newcastle will be hoping.
Milan are playing.
Will be hoping that Dortmund do them a favor to beat PSG, and this Dortmund has qualified already.
See, make no mistake, Prof. They've qualified already.
No, I think
that would be very important.
I think Milan have a better chance to qualify. That is if they beat Newcastle at home, and then the Dortmund beat PSG.
Yeah, the reason why I'm saying that
I don't think Dortmund will lose.
Why I'm saying that PSG are in a better position is because they know what so they are going to that game. They are relying on nobody else. It's all on PSG. It's all on them. Beat Dortmund and qualify. That's what they don't care about any other results. You know, that's what. And the PSG team, I watched their game live last match against Nantes. I think they came back.
If you ask me,
they did well. So I think they will do well.
If you ask me, I see Newcastle beating Milan at home, and I see PSG and Dortmund drawing. That means Newcastle will qualify for Europa League through goal difference. Because I'm looking at the table right now, true goal difference.
Okay. Oh, you have the table.
I think Dortmund want to hold on to that top spot so they don't face a big
Newcastle,
team.
The Newcastle team will go to Milan and win. I don't say it's not possible.
No. They are at home.
They are at home.
At home.
Milan, they are in St. James's Park.
I don't think they'll beat us Milan. I don't think so.
But I think Dortmund and PSG this group.
Yeah.
Well, this is how far we can go, people. Please subscribe to our channel, smash the like on the video. It's going to be a very busy December, this period, Champions League. I think this will be the last game for the Champions League group, and
Yes.
the resumption will be on, I think February.
Yeah.
So I think well,
and Man U will actually play that.
well, yeah. Do you? How are you so?
Man U play in Europa.
Man U were playing that February in Champions League. You guys going to see that? You all learn.
Oh my days. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I really enjoyed this one. It's a fantastic one. All right. Irate, on this point, you'll be missing Salah. You're saying something about missing Salah this.
Yeah, we'll be missing him for AFCON. We'll be missing Endo as well.
Oh, what a chance, man. What a chance, man.
A DMF in.
What an opportunity.
Which country does Endo play for?
Japan. They have the Asian Cup coming up. So Tottenham they'll be losing Son.
Oh, okay.
They'll be losing Papesa. They'll be losing Bissouma as well. So, it's
Tottenham are not a threat. They are not a threat like Liverpool. Right now, so I'm actually not scared of them.
Man U is not fighting for. What are you guys fighting
for? We're not. Man U are not fighting for. But if Man U decide to come good, Man U are still in the title. People should not think Man U one place.
Which title is Man?
Man U there. How many points different?
Okay, let's see
from Liverpool to United.
That point will be extended on Sunday. You should remember that.
They say miracle. No, they tired Jesus. Sorry, my voice don't crack. I for thinking you. Let me tell you, miracle.
Robbie will help you.
Robbie will
help you. All right, guys. Thank you so much, Bishop. One love. I'm going to sign you out. Do you believe? Yes.
You people should pray for yourselves. We can't pray for Chelsea. You caused it.
Oh my goodness. All right. Thank you so much, Robbie. One love. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right. Maggie, we'll meet for church. You have a nice video about champion. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Prof. One love, bro. We'll meet at
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So, Irate, Anfield. Let's quickly talk about Anfield before we sign off. Anfield. All right, let me sign out.
Just get ready for the game, I don't see 7-0 happening, so but maybe like 2-0, 3-0. That's scoreline.
At least we go chop up.
Yeah, no, 100%.
All right, thank you so much, brother. Rep says.
All right, thanks for
joining us. All right, people, smash the like on the video. I'm telling you, sing crazy to all our fans wherever they're watching from. One love, people. Please subscribe. Help the community. Let's keep growing together. You know what I mean? My name is The Don. They call me The Don. The Don of Sport Entertainment. On this one, I say thank you for watching. Bye for now.